What is going on, y'all? It is Fargassier here. Hopefully, you're having a great and wonderful day out there in the Wasteland. Friends, Bethesda and Double 11 just put out a new update to the public test server, and we're going to go over some of those changes. Y'all sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. And now, for those Vault Dwellers that choose to explore the public test server on their Steam account on PC are going to have access to a new item. Bethesda let us know that a locker is located just outside of Vault 76 next to a chalkboard, and that this is a playtest server item locker, which will be used to deliver items to Vault Dwellers that we would like your feedback on. It may be empty for now, but it won't be for long. Be on the lookout for more news in the future. Now, we know if everything goes as planned, the Milepost 0 update is supposed to be coming out for the public test server later on this month in July, so maybe it has something to do with that update, or it's something that they just want some feedback on for later on down the road. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know. And once that Milepost 0 update comes out, we'll definitely be streaming that and going over that information as well. And now it looks like Vault Dwellers are going to have a new camp feature coming sometime in the future into the Wasteland. And we're not talking about the best builds. We're talking about vendor history. Now you can access this the same way as you do best builds. You open up your map, click on your camp icon, and then you'll see vendor history down there at the bottom or wherever it is in the relative scheme of things on our custom world. It is on the bottom. But yes, this is going to be awesome because it's going to tell you what sold, what the price was, what time it sold, and the gamer that bought it from you. Now, Bethesda did let us know that when you change to a different server, this list is going to reset. So we'll have to see what they're going to be using this for. But for someone like me that used to play a lot of Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn, I love their trading history. I love their trading system over there and their market. So seeing something like this come to the Wasteland makes me a excited vendor. And now, as the team said, there are going to be many iterations to the legendary crafting system before they bring it out to the public. And it looks like the team already has made a second iteration to this with a lot of changes, starting off with to make something a 1-star legendary item, it was 10 modules before, and to make it a 2-star, it was 20, and to make it a 3-star, it was 30 modules. But in this newest update, the 1-star legendary now cost 5 modules, the 2-star cost 10 modules, and the 3-star cost 15 modules. I know some people were fine with the 10, 20, 30, and I know there were some that were not, so I think this is a good change and a good thing that the team is doing, constantly changing up to see where the Wastelanders are. Now, as we know, there are legendary effects that affect weapons and armor sets, and what the team has done when you go in to craft a legendary box inside of the Tinkerer's Workbench, they have made the weapon section and the armor section pop up to show you what the effects are for a weapon and an armor set. I definitely love this little UI change, so stuff like this is absolutely great for a quality of life. And now, if you're someone that likes putting on special stats on your armor or your weapons, especially say during your West Tech grinds for double XP or the new season coming to Fallout 76, and you have the +1 intellect on your unyielding set, whatever it may be, friends, this is a huge quality of life improvement for people that have those sets, or if you learn the ability to put that onto a piece of armor or a weapon, y'all. The 2-star armor mods, the 2nd star that gives you that special stat, now it goes up instead of a 1, it's going to a +2. So that's 5 extra intelligence that you can have if you have a full intelligence set of armor. And the weapon, it doesn't go up to 2 from 1. Y'all, the 3rd star goes from 1 to 3, so that means you can have 8 extra intellect on your double XP grind or your new season grind out there in the Wasteland. Now, if you were looking at the weight of the legendary particles at 0.05 pounds and you thought it should be lower, the folks over at Bethesda changed that weight, so now instead of it being a 0.05, the legendary particles weigh a 0.01. They are droppable on the ground and they do classify as junk, so if you do perish out there in the Wasteland, these are going to drop onto the ground. So just so you know, they are droppable and they will drop on the ground if you perish out there in the Wasteland. And now the team did say that they fixed the player's chance on learning how to make a legendary mod, that on the first week of the public test server, it was lower than intended, and they also adjusted the chance to get loose legendary mods, and they did put a note inside of the patch notes saying, hey, you can still get multiple loose mods from scraping a single item, which I do love to hear. Now, we did put this to a test, and we disassembled 100 legendary items. Unfortunately, RNG was not with us today, but maybe it will be with you in the future on the public test server or on the public server when this comes out. But it makes me happy to know that the team is definitely changing it around and that they fixed the learning chance that was last week. It was a super low chance, but like I said, we got rid of 100 of them. It did not work out for us today to learn any mods, but last week we did have a mod learn plan under 10 scraps. So it's out there. The RNG chance is definitely there. We'll have to see what the actual number is later on down the road. But as things happen, the team is making adjustments on the fly for these iterations. So I look forward to seeing more about this system in the future. And now, as it stands right now, inside of the Legendary Exchange machine, the number is still 500 for the daily amount. But I wanted to throw this out there. This is not inside of the patch notes or anything like that. This is just me talking to you because I've heard a lot of players saying, why would we do this? I don't like this. Think about this. So many players would like that bump in the legendary script exchange, right? Well, guess what? This right here is a different way of doing things. This is unlimited script, basically. I mean, you're basically getting unlimited legendary particles. You have no cutoff, it seems, per day that you are able to get. So if you have a mule that has a bunch of script on it, you could turn in 1,000 weapons or 1,000 pieces of armor in a single day. So seriously, you need to be making mules for the future of Fallout 76. You need to be keeping some script weapons. You need to be keeping some script armor pieces, because this is going to be a great way in the future, once it is released, to have unlimited legendary particles as you are turning them in to craft up these legendary modules to either sell to other players or to put on weapons or armor pieces. Now, remember, the legendary armor that you make, that you change with your legendary modules, or the legendary weapons that you make or change with these modules, is not going to be tradable. And as it stands right now, it is just character bound. It is not account bound. And to a couple of y'all that picked up on what I was talking about in the last PTS video that we talked about, how I said I would love it to be an account base, and some folks asked how that would be a thing, and I very quickly and very simply said, you know, if we had all of our characters share the same stash weight, you know, so if you have 5 characters, you know, you have access to all of those character stashes inside of that one stash. That would be an account stash, and I would absolutely love to see Bethesda and Double 11 somehow work it together. That way they could put all of the players' stash weight together. That would be absolutely amazing. I know so many people would be happy about that, but seriously, y'all need to make some mules, and you need to start leveling them up, and you need to start storing your legendary items on those characters. And now there were some changes to the perk cards: Vaccinated, Iron Stomach, Thirst Quencher, and Natural Resistance. Now, for these endurance perk cards to work, you cannot have a disease. But look at this. As your endurance goes up, so do these stats on these cards. And this is absolutely amazing to see. I can definitely see these 4 perk cards being in everyone's loadout when this update happens. Now, there were some Vault Dwellers that were not able to take part in the Mischief Night event because it was causing server crashes, so the team pulled it off the server, but they got that fixed and it's no longer causing server crashes. So if you did not get a chance to try out the new event coming to the Wasteland in a new location, make sure to check that event out on the public test server. And now, as we said, the Milepost 0 update is not inside of the public test server yet, but the exterior and the interior are in the game, so you can go to the south of the map and fast travel to the exterior or the interior instance, but there are no NPCs. There are just the set pieces for the Milepost Zero and some Brahmin there, but it is a great time to go explore the new area of Milepost Zero. And now, personally to me, I'm excited for this new update with the legendary crafting system and the other updates that we know of that are coming to Fallout 76, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for our journey through the wastelands of Appalachia. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you hadn't seen the video that we released earlier today going over a first look inside of the area of Milepost Zero, make sure to check it out right here. Thanks so much to the channel members for the continued support. Y'all have a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love ya.